So I would like to address this issue where managers are sacked from teams without giving them ample time to actually, stamp their feet in the team and give them enough time to prove what they can offer the team. So long as they have a roadmap and an action plan, a project that has actually, showed what they plan to do in the team and how they want to bring players to, propel these teams to, lifting trophies and stamping their names or putting their names in the history books, regardless of, the country they are competing in. So we've seen the likes of teams like Chelsea, Man United, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, this top European teams sack, managers, but there are teams that are used to it, in few months, when you're not doing too well, they sack a particular manager to bring a replacement. And we have, teams like Chelsea and Man United, just to mention a few. But the one that actually got to me was the fact that Xavi was just sacked an hour ago by John Laputa. Is really, really, really giving me serious issues. Like, it's really pissing me off that this guy was sacked. And I'm going to tell you two or three reasons why I'm really pissed at the sacking of Xavi. I'm not a Barcelona fan. I'm, an Arsenal fan, and I'm an ambassador of good football. Any team that plays good football are teams that I like to, watch. This guy left Saudi. He was practically begged, you know, by Barcelona. Barcelona literally begged Xavi to leave his Saudi side 2.5 years ago to sign as their manager because they felt he had a lot to offer the team. This guy was reluctant at first, and finally he agreed to come to Barcelona. Now I'm going to give you my reasons why I'm pissed about the fact that this guy was sacked. He came to Barcelona at the time that no coach wanted to, actually manage that Barcelona side. Barcelona were a mess at the time that Xavi came in as their coach. That's number one. Secondly, they were in a very terrible financial state. They could not sign any player. They could not, make use of resources to actually propel them to take them to that, competitive level that Barcelona has been known for over the years. Three, this guy came into the team, and because of the pedigree that he has as a player and the fact that he was making name for himself in the Saudi side, he was able to attract some few players like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to, leave Arsenal and come play for this Barcelona side. He was able to somehow use his influence as a player to speak to Deco, the agent of Rafinha, to actually bring Rafinha. He was instrumental to bringing Lewandowski to this Barcelona side. We could go on and on, about the influence. He brought the tiki-taka, the belief, the zeal, the mentality back to this Barcelona side. He brought Christensen, back, from all the way from Chelsea to say it takes a lot. Players respect managers who actually have played the game to a certain level and are, willing or have the capacity to actually take a team for that. Because every player, every professional player, I beg your pardon, play football, or like to join teams that have a future, you know, teams that actually have something to live for, teams that are willing to fight for trophy, fight for every competition they compete in and ensure that they come out, number one. So these are some of the factors, the things that Barcelona were liking and Xavi brought to the team, only for John Laporta to come and sack this guy out of the blue. This was the same president that came out a week before now saying Xavi is, the right man to still lead Barcelona forward. And out of the blue, you just rendered this guy jobless. I hope Chelsea and Troy Boyley, or was that board name, that one that is making Chelsea look like, a sham. I hope they're looking at Xavi as one of the replacements, because I feel if Pochettino is going to leave that team, the next person they should be looking at. Xavi is a very good coach. With the little amount of resources that was available to this guy at Barcelona, he was always making it difficult for opposing teams. And he was, up there with Real Madrid trying to make it happen for this Barcelona side. I'm so disappointed at how Barcelona management are trying to run that club, given the pedigree and the history, the track record that has actually been established over time in that team. And to think that Barcelona would get to this point, especially with a legend that really had nothing. What is this guy's fault exactly at Barcelona that made Laporta sack this guy? Well, did he have the kind of resources and the players that other, previous managers had? Quincy Titen, Luis Enrique, all these managers that were sacked abruptly, they had the resources that Xavi didn't really have, and he's still making due of these resources. I really can't understand, but this is football, and we tend to see these things over time, and you can't really say anything about it, but to just move with the wind. But honestly, I think Barcelona are going to be shooting themselves in the foot with this move. I'm looking to see who Laporta wants to bring to manage this particular Barcelona side when they're still having financial issues and they can go all out to spend.